I really like this book. Makes me want to contact authors or even artists because I have ideas that maybe my first fiction book would be a shorter story through a graphic novel. And I liked that this is not the first one from this publisher that talks about our species as having failed or having nasty aspects to it that we need to address. But what I don't like about these books, though, is that it doesn't really incorporate the right solutions, and if it does, it incorporates also a mystical or a fictional type of spirituality instead of a real type of spirituality. It has fantasy, it has science fiction, so it kind of doesn't have the kind of hope I'm looking for when it I know the storytelling appeals to people and they'll get some of the wisdom in there or shifts of paradigm a little bit at a time, but there are ways to like I've read books, some of it is like, there's one I think I returned, or I'm going to do a vlog on it. I can't remember if I returned it after I finished reading it, but it has realistic scenarios of our future and the hardships people go through. And the hope, really, the endings is really just kind of surviving enough and finding hope in just finding people who care a little bit about one another. It's not like global saving aspects, because really that's nonsense. It's not like in 30 years when things are horrible for your kids that suddenly it's on the way to get better. It's not. Scientifically speaking, it's going to keep getting worse even in 30 years, and you can't even imagine what the kids that you're still bringing into this world are going to go through. So it's nicer for me to see books where they show some humanity among, even if it's still just a minority of characters, but within these post-apocalyptic storylines. But this one is more like, it's a way to see ourselves that is a bit more accurate, and people are getting away with this because, religions can't monitor everything, but also they're busy reading their own books or their own book over and over again, interpreting it in whatever way becomes totally individualized as a person. It's really not related to even this. Like if you do a class of people reading this and how they interpret it, there'll be more similarities, even though people are total strangers to each other, than how, let's say, people going to the same church will interpret the Bible in a way that I could create a questionnaire to really demonstrate this. So it's still nice to read these, and some of them I wish there was another part, but, I might try to contact them, but I don't expect I'll hear. Like, for example, where this is printed, for example, shows some hypocrisy. So, I've tried contacting authors of books that I think I might be able to collaborate with the people about, but anyways, there needs to be a much, much bigger shift of paradigm.